So, note to self. If you're playing a combo minion, you need to remember to combo it with something. That's very embarrassing. I'm not sure what came over me.
A tactical error.
I must have been tired. So, return it to hand, live to fight another day. So, on the second go, we do remember to combo this time. And we get the Deathwing Dragon Lord Death Rattle.
Justice is mine.
And a load of dragons onto the board.
I fight.
What a beautiful board. Now, he did try to block our path with a taunt. It wasn't enough.
Justice is mine.
And what's crazy about this is if Deathwing Dragonlord on this board had died, he would have put 2 more dragons onto the board from my hand, which is insane. So anyway, before we get to today's deck, I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody that participated in last weekend's giveaway for the Scholomance pre-order bundle. And there were 2 winners rather than just 1 winner, so an extra bonus winner. If you want to see if you won last week's giveaway, check out the video from last weekend. I did announce the winners in that video in the comments section. And the participation in the giveaway was excellent as usual. I just want to say thank you to everybody for your support. These giveaways are a way for me to give back to the Wild community. We have a wonderful community full of some really awesome people. And I only wish that I could do more with these giveaways. I wish I could afford more. This month, this was the most I could afford for a giveaway. I have a lot of gold, as some of you know, because I talk about it a lot on Twitter. And so I can use gold to buy packs, and I don't necessarily need to buy packs with real money as much as I used to. So I can take a bit of that money and give it back to the community, and that's what I sort of do with these giveaways during each expansion. So, today's deck is Christian Hearthstone's Big Dragon Rogue deck. I think that's the best way of describing it. Now, Christian Hearthstone is an awesome streamer and YouTube content creator. I was browsing his YouTube channel and I came across this deck, saw him playing it, and I thought, how does this work, firstly? And secondly, how do you win with it? Because it just seems so top heavy with all of these big, expensive dragons. So the idea, as you saw at the start of the video, is you're supposed to combo, the Necrium Apothecary, right? You're meant to put that out on the board, and it's a combo card, so remember to combo it. And if Deathwing Dragonlord is still in your deck, then you will pick up that Death Rattle because it is the only Death Rattle minion in the deck. You then swing with Necrium Blade, use the final charge, and you will vomit all of the dragons from your hand onto the board, including Deathwing Dragonlord. And if the combo cannot be found, there is an emergency option. You can play Anchor the Buried if you've got Deathwing Dragonlord in hand. It is the only Death Rattle minion in the deck, and so it will become a 1/1 that costs 1. So after playing Anchor, you can then play it for 1, backstab it, and hopefully that will put those dragons onto the board. That's the emergency option, which hopefully you don't have to use. My win rate with this deck is very positive. A very small sample size of games here. 5 games in total. 1 loss to a shaman who was a what was it? It was a tunnel trog shaman with just lots of burst power and damage, and I just couldn't get anything onto the board quickly enough, couldn't pull off my combo in time, didn't find my combo actually, and I just died. That's the risk you take with this deck. If you cannot pull off this combination of actions to get those big dragons out onto the board early, you just lose. So we're going to look at two different games of this deck now in action on the Wild Mode ladder. I was surprised that I was able to get the wins that I got. I think my RNG must have been very, very positive. So let's have a look at our first game, and it is against a priest.
None can escape my fury.
So if it is Reno Priest, we have to be very careful. They have a variety of tools to control the board, AoE, spells, various things, maybe even silence effects, depending on what they decide to tech into their decks. I guess silence is not too relevant because we only play the Apothecary when we can do the final swing with the blade, right? So it all happens on that one turn. What we need to worry about, I guess, is cards teched in to destroy weapons. Because they can deny you that final swing with the blade, right? So that's what we need to watch out for, if it's Arena Priest. And let's face it, what else would it be?
Justice is mine.
Reno Priest seems to be the dominant priest deck played at the moment. So we are prepping now for our combo. Oh. Behold, indeed, it's Vargoth, which is now making me think this is Big Priest. Well, I could cheat out big minions too, you know.
Justice is mine.
Forget the Vargoth, it's irrelevant. And there we go. There's our beautiful board of dragons, and notice Nefarian there addressing the priest directly. I love that with Nefarian. I love that he recognises the class that you're playing against and sort of talks to them, addresses them. Mass Hysteria. Doesn't clear the board. Amazing. This is what I was worried about against Reno Priest. If it was a Reno Priest, they've got various AoEs, various board clears. And Mass Hysteria is certainly one of those tools that can wreak havoc on our board. But in this case, it did nothing. Okay, next game against a Shaman. So we have the Apothecary in hand and we have a coin. Seems reasonable. Combo the coin with the Apothecary. Okay, we just need to find our Necrium Blade and hope that we do not draw Deathwing Dragonlord. That's the strategy. Oh wow.
Pirates away! Amazing.
Pirate Shaman. Interesting.
Justice is mine.
And do you know what's even more interesting? He played Bloodcell Corsair. He doesn't know what kind of a rogue I am. He doesn't know that Necrium Blade will be coming hopefully soon. He's just played a Corsair. That's amazing for us. Oh wow. He played the second one. Should we feel sorry for him here? I don't know. Oh, hello. So Candle Breath gives us what we were looking for. Gives us the Necrium Blade. So we're going to swing once, prep ourselves to get these dragons onto the board. When we swing for the second time. And he must be kicking himself now, really regretting playing both Corsairs. So anyway, we're set up now. We've swung once with the blade. We're set up for our combo. We just need to hope that nothing goes wrong here. I mean, what can he do? How long can this game go on? Not for much longer. Unless you're going to evolve the board. Oh, that's not too scary. I think I want to kill the shark. Because I don't want him to evolve that again into something truly terrifying. So remember to combo. And we're going to get 3 dragons onto the board.
Justice is mine.
Absolutely beautiful. And nobody expects to see this on turn 5. So what the hell do you do against this? He's an evolve deck. Okay, he can try and evolve his board. Smart play. Killing the Apothecary. He knows there are no other dragons in my hand at this point, and he's going to avoid future dragons coming down onto the board once they get drawn. That's smart. Chromaggus value, you love to see it. In fact, yes, inconceivable. We can get more Chromaggus value here with Candle Breath. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. There's no kind of lethal here that I can spot, and so we need to trade. Why risk anything going wrong? Because we're dealing with an evolved deck. And, you know, strange things can happen with evolve effects. Strange shenanigans that can ruin a game. We don't want to take any risks until we know we have lethal on board. How long can this go on? I suspect it's very nearly over. Although he'll have one more go at evolving the board. Let's see how lucky he can get. Relatively unlucky. Oh, that's interesting. So, he gets evolve, okay. And this time? I mean, those are pretty big bodies. There is no lethal here that I can see.
I will mourn your death.
Well, actually, there was lethal. I could have drawn the weapon. That would have been 29 damage. But this was far more stylish. Far more stylish to win this way. Okay, so Christian Hearthstone's Big Dragon Rogue. I cannot believe that I managed to win 4 games with this deck and only lose 1, honestly. I cannot believe my luck. In those games, I was getting really lucky with Necrium Blade and Apothecary. Just think about what happens if you only draw the last half of your deck in your hand. Think about how you cope with that. Big Priest sometimes runs into that kind of problem, where it just draws all of its massive threats, the Obsidian Statues, the Lich King, and just nothing to push them out, to pull them out onto the board. This deck can run into a similar problem. You need the Necrium Blade, you need the Apothecary. Yes, you do have Anchor the Buried, which you can then allow you to play Deathwing Dragonlord onto the board for 1 cost as a 1/1 and then backstab it. But even then, you know, you need you need Anchor, you need the Dragonlord, you need the backstabbing hand. That is a combination of cards. So yes, please do not go away, spend 15,320 dust crafting this deck. and then play it, lose 10 games in a row, come back to me and say, oh, I've wasted 15,320 dust, because that's how much it costs to craft the deck. If you've got these dragons already in your collection, and you've got most of the other cheaper cards, maybe it's worth giving this deck a try. If you do not have those expensive cards, then I'd say it's not worth crafting, right? Look at these cards individually. Deathwing Dragonlord, or normal Deathwing, Ysera, Sleepy Dragon, Nozdormu, Nefarian. Would you really want to craft those cards individually? I don't think so. I mean, Malagos sometimes see play in other decks, so maybe there's worth or value in crafting Malagos. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza has seen a lot of play in decks, although she's been nerfed recently. Normal Alexstrasza occasionally sees play in some decks, but is not too common, and nobody plays Chromaggus anymore, or I don't think they ever played Chromaggus, ever. So, looking at these dragons individually, you probably would not want to craft them. But if you've already got them in your collection like me, then this deck is really, really fun to play if your RNG is good. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again very soon, as always, for more Wild Mode fun.